to the middle. Here's Maker. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Here's Arcidiacono, covered by Smith. 11 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Selden. And his first shot of the game, no good.
He was all alone. Looks like he gets a little too relaxed. He has to maintain his focus.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Bulls out front. They're up by 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Dwayne, thanks a lot. Back to you.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Chicago. Some good action during the period as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. Some good action during the period as it was just a one-point game at the
Prepared and physically prepared. The energy in the arena was fierce, but they didn't cave in.
Shaq, what'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, they spent a lot of time away from the basket offensively. They need to get in the paint, Ernie. Whether it's running the offense through the low post or on dribble drives, pick and rolls, get into the paint.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty even.
Coco, Chanel, Coco, Chanel, Coco, Chanel。以前我什么都买不起，但现在根本就不觉得贵。睁大了眼睛看清楚衣服的 logo 上有2个 say Chanel。
Hey, what's up? Thanks. I'm good. I'm following you too. Ben Simmons. I'm good. How are you?
Here with Julius Erving. Dr. J, 2K held their My Team Unlimited tournament, and the winner had you in his lineup. Now, if you had to choose your starting five, who are you going with?
Well, I think I need some outside shooting, so I'll probably go with Steph. I think he's the best in the game. And inside, maybe Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell.
Okay. We're going with some
like
oldies.
that. Yeah, those are old school guys.
Okay.
I just saw a game with James Harden and Russell Westbrook and Julius Erving and Steph Curry. And Irving and Curry made a good combination. They just escaped by 2 points.
Well, I like that team.
So that might be good. That might be a good arrangement.
Well, Vince Carter recently said that the dunk contest is kind of becoming overrated and a little bit gimmicky. Now, I want to come to you. You're the expert. What do you think about that?
Well, I think the mascots have made it kind of difficult because we got mascots jumping off of trampolines and using props. So now the players have begun to use props and do things that, aren't just pure basketball. Like out in the park, in New York or Chicago or L.A., that's where the real dunk contest is, when guys can go in and make plays. So same thing with the dunk contest here. You get your moment, you get your chance to be one of the participants. Do what you do. There's so much athleticism now, and there's so many guys who can do things that really belie the imagination. And I don't think it's going backwards. I think it's still pretty special.
Well, speaking of the dunk contest, a lot of people on Twitter are rising this debate on whether the 2000 dunk contest or the 2016 dunk contest was better.
With all due respect to now, but 2000.
Oh, okay, nice. What's the best dunk you've seen recently?
Probably over here on 2K.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us on 2K TV.
Okay.
All right,
Pleasure.
nice to meet you.
Nice to see you.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Wells Fargo Center as the 76ers look to grab a win here in Philadelphia. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. And, of course, Tobias Harris. They'll need someone to fill his role.
Yeah, no question that it's a risky deal to make because it's the kind of move that can turn a team's fan base against the front office. But trading one of the most popular players on the team is always risky no matter what you get in return.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Ben Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football. It may be one reason he's so comfortable attacking defenses and creating. He said, you have to read the defenders, draw them, then get rid of it. Otherwise, you're going to get tackled. Well, that's a foul in the NBA, but I understand his sentiment, guys.
And David, he is not shy about contact at all. Thanks. One of the interesting storylines of this young season, Brent Barry, the surprising early development of a couple rookies in the league.
Early development of rookies is a great thing for a young team because all of a sudden somebody's taking the reins. And I think coaches always appreciate when a rookie comes in, he does the work in the offseason, all that work starts to pay off. But now rookies tend to start looking towards somebody else, or the team starts looking towards that young player as somebody who may be able to handle and carry the weight of the franchise for a little while.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Over on the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. Len out there with Collins, and it's Young in at point. Now here's Simmons. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Really like watching Simmons go to work down low with his length and strength. There aren't many guys that can keep up with him.
To the paint, here's Len. Pass to Bazemore. Young outside. Second shot opportunity. It's another look. Len passes to Prince. Out to the right wing. Collins wide open. He fires. And the three off target.
And 1 for 5 is a tough way to start the game, Kevin. They got to get it going.
Butler. Here's Simmons. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
And how about the passion of Simmons? Just sticking with it on the glass.
Here's Young. That one's rebounded by Embiid. 76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. DeRozan against Collins. DeRozan gets the bucket.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
For Atlanta, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Collins kicks to Young. It's good from long range.
You know, the range Young has really is unlimited. He just feels comfortable shooting as soon as he crosses half court.
Simmons inside, defended by Young. And the shot is good. 6 points for Ben Simmons.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Simmons against Young. Here's Len. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket.
This guy's got a great nose for the offensive glass, and I like how he used those long arms that time to reach up, snag that rebound.
Now here's Butler. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. Embiid trying to break loose. Goes back up. And that one, good. Embiid's got his first bucket of the night.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. A new head coach, Lloyd Pierce, is looking to bring a defensive approach to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, Pierce has the resume you would want from a defensive coach. He came up in those teams in Memphis during the grit and grind time, and learned some defensive techniques from Brett Brown in Philadelphia, helped them last year on the defensive end to be a much stingier defense in the league.
Now, here is Young. Prince kicks to Len. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. Atlanta shooting their first free throw of the evening. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And looking at Prince's game, you know, he could be the ultimate complementary player. A good shooter, doesn't need a ton of touches, solid enough on defense, and is showing signs of improvement.
Now, here is Young. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And with Prince, his versatility between forward spots also is an asset to the team.
And when I called Prince a complimentary player, I didn't mean it as a slight. It just plays with an approach and style that fits well with any team and any leading scorer. Players like him tend to have a long, productive career in our league.
He hits the second from the line.
He's a guy you have to game plan for. The way Young scores and passes the ball creates so many problems for the defense.
Now here's Simmons. Here's Embiid. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Alex Len picks one up. Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
At the line for 2.
The free throw drops for Embiid. You have so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career in the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch.
Here's Butler after the basket by Atlanta. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. That one good for 2. Butler's got his first points of the game.
He has the ideal attitude you want in a swing man. But Butler gets in a good position, taking it on the D, and just winning that battle.
Now, here is Young.
Got to get out of his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That's his first foul. Some changes for Philadelphia. Marjanovic comes in for Simmons, and it's Korkmaz in for DeMar DeRozan. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Ennis, he's checked in for the 76ers. Here's Young. Pass to Carter. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Marjanovic finds McConnell. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Embiid. Got a hand on it. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Johnson, he's checked in for Joel Embiid.
Amir Johnson.
Ennis with the ball. Carter on him. Dedmon with the block.
Well, Dedmon's reach is a huge advantage there to help him tally some more block shots.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Well, the best part of this Hawks team now is their youth. And with youth comes a ton of potential, a ton of room for this team to grow together, both the new coaching staff and the new guys to the league. And they have some cap flexibility, some other things that they can do to get creative around this youthful and exuberant roster.
And nice little floater right there. Give Young credit. He's developed the shots he needs to overcome his size limitations.
Now here's Ennis. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. And, oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. Spellman. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, it was a completely one-sided season series, and that was no surprise to anyone. This first game between them should give us an idea if they're on a little more even ground this season. And so it's Atlanta with it after the Sixers pick up 2. And it's Carter missing. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Johnson, the pass to Marjanovic. Here's Korkmaz. Dedmon defending. Here's Johnson. And no good. The defense was solid there, smothering him close inside, and that's how you want to guard him.
A nice shot by Carter.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
To the left side wing. Here's Ennis. His three-pointers off the mark. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. 76ers lead by 3. And the second You learn about Jimmy Butler. Difficult journey to where he is now. But one thing always got him through.
Basketball. That's that. It always took my mind off everything. It always made me smile. I had no cares in the world when I was shooting.
Boy, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And, guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. Another shot. And the nice bucket inside for Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got his first points of the night.
Bucket earned, out-muscling and out-hustling everybody for the rebound.
Here's Young. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Solid there, just recognizing when to drive. When Young has some wiggle room, he seizes it. And I'll tell you, Trae Young, go big or go home. Always gives you 100%, as competitive as they come. And the young fella wants to win so badly, sometimes that emotion really comes out.
And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And although he's smaller, Young willing to battle inside and shows you he can score through contact.
And you know, Greg, it's amazing the impact Young makes, especially, of course, on the offensive end.
High-level shot maker, a threat the moment he crosses half court. Instinctive playmaker, just needs to play more within himself and avoid over-dribbling.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Rudy Gay's checked in for Marjanovic. Butler comes in for Ennis. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Korkmaz. And Simmons subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the 76ers.
You know, I like the strategy here, focusing on the high percentage looks, taking the majority of their shots inside, but their field goal percentage in the paint thus far hasn't been good.
Here's Bazemore, buries it down low.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
And Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. They trail by 6. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, they were just pounded
on the inside, particularly on that backboard. That was a huge disadvantage for them.
Well, the only way to compensate for getting out-rebounded as much as they did is to shoot about 99% from the floor. Haven't seen that happen.
That one is off. Last season, Brent, the addition of two-way contracts, does that make developing players in the G League even more valuable than it was before?
I believe last year, Kevin, that almost 50% of the players in the league, and it might have been a smidge more, had some kind of G League experience.
It's terrific.
And that's phenomenal.
Yes.
We're almost close to the 30 for 30 affiliation in the G League. You saw a success story last year in Quinn Cook coming up and getting a contract with the Warriors. This is awesome for the league. They've also upped the minimum contract for G League players to $35,000. All of these signs and the way that teams are using the G League, extremely positive, Kevin.
Stolen by Collins. Here's Prince, and he uses the glass on the layup. And it's a 9-point Hawks lead.
Well, he has good size at his position, and Taurean Prince, even though traffic around him doesn't speed him up. Nice shot there.
Simmons on the wing, defended by Young. Butler kicks to Gay. Fires from deep. Collins grabs the miss, and it's the Hawks' ball. They're on a 15-3 run. Bazemore, no one around him. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Outside, Simmons. Banked in off the glass. Simmons got 9 points.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
It's Young on the wing. Down low. And it's Len. That time on the assist by Young. Young's got 6 assists now in the game. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Simmons. Atlanta with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And simply put, they couldn't score.
Just streaming on Twitch.
And it never got completely in sync in that one.
This is when you look at the opposition and give them some credit with their defensive effort, just a higher level of energy and focus. They were disruptive.
Here's Butler. Rejected by Len.
While putting the wingspan to great use, Len throws that one away.
Vince Carter, he's checked in for Prince. The 76ers trail by 9. Even after a number of years in this league, Len still feels like the 76ers trail by 9. Even after a number of years in this league, Len still feels like.
Excuse me, people.
a developmental project.
Well, out of the 5 positions, centers seem to be not only the latest guys to develop, but also with the way the game is going, you wonder what their position is in today's game. You look at Marc Gasol, he didn't become elite until he turned about 30 years old. Hassan Whiteside, DeAndre Jordan, it takes some time, Kevin. Pretty ferocious and sheer determination shown on that one. Easy to see why he gets those easy scoring opportunities.
Bazemore with it, out guarded by Simmons. And Bazemore kicks to Young. Here's Len, good on the 13-footer. Len's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hawks.
He gets those easy scoring opportunities.
Bazemore with it, out guarded by Simmons. And Bazemore kicks to Young. Here's Len, good on the 13-footer. Len's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hawks.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Hook shot on the way. Shot's good by Simmons. Simmons got 5 points now in the quarter.
It might be the most difficult shot in basketball, the hook shot.
Shot's good from Young.
Yeah, his shooting has been on target here in the second frame after not being able to get anything going in the first.
Here's Simmons. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game, now 6 for 10.
And the variety that Simmons offers is huge. It's pretty much pick your poison with him.
Collins up top. He's covered by Gay. The 76ers trail by 8. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's Embiid. Buries it down low. Embiid's got 6.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true. And here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Simmons. And the rejection by Collins. 2 points. That one goes. 9 seconds left to play here in the half. Shot's good from Young.
And the effortless shooting motion. Young's three-point jumper is just poetry in motion and has it on automatic.
And that does it for the first half of play. Hawks ahead. They lead by 9. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. 1 half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille, a competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. In the second quarter, they turned on the afterburners, making a big charge to jump ahead and build a 9-point lead for themselves at half. And that'll...
As we return to Philadelphia, we give you a scenic view of the downtown skyline of this terrific city. A stunning sight. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Well, we saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
DeRozan out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Gay in at the four-man position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Yeah, Len's not going to settle for anything else. A dunk on the inside goes up strong.
Here's Simmons. Collins grabs the miss.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
Here's Prince. The shot, no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Here's Butler. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. That free throw good from Butler.
And just no question that Butler is a bona fide star. I mean, a tough, rugged defender who's also a juggernaut on offense. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Stolen by Collins. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Here's Young. In for his seventh make in 14 tries.
You know, you love the effort. Forget the size disadvantage. Young's willing to go down there and mix it up.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons. And I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. Herter, DeRozan defending, shoots it. Young's shot is off.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Here's Butler. DeRozan trying to get open. Butler, no good.
It seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
The 76ers trail by 8. Outside, Simmons. Rebound by the Hawks. Dedmon's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Herter, DeRozan defending. 76ers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Simmons. Embiid trying to break loose. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And that's now 21 points for Ben Simmons. To the wing right side. Here's Dedmon. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 8.
Dedmon using his length that time on the offensive end.
Here's Simmons. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Dedmon's got 8 rebounds in this game. Dishes it to Young. Inside. Collins passes to Dedmon. Wide open look. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And now a 10-point Hawks lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And the 76ers call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
The 76ers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. That free throw missing. Well, there's a lot of talk, too, Brent, about the age requirement for entering the draft, and Commissioner Silver has said it's a clear change that's probably on the way. What do you think the league should do?
Can you and I talk about a guy that you know quite well who in 1995 came out as the
17-year-old? I know
in
it.
the NBA draft. Kevin Garnett came into the league and handled himself extremely well. Now, for every one of those stories, we know there were other ones where guys did not make much of their NBA careers.
But then here comes the G League.
The G League, to me, is the huge key.
That's the equalizer.
A lot of these guys have a ripcord now for some of those things that transpired over the course of the last 30 years, where they can have a softer landing point to continue to develop, to continue to mature, and have an opportunity to make something of their NBA career.
Excellent explanation. That one goes in. Anderson's got his second bucket of the night.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Here's Korkmaz. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Hawks running again. Herter finished off the break.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. It's a 16-point game. They grabbed their own miss. And that one's good. Marjanovic.
And those close-range shots are what you want him taking. They always have a great chance of falling.
There's 53 seconds left in the third. Dedmon. And Dedmon throws it down.
Well, the athleticism Dedmon's bringing right now on offense is paying some dividends, gliding through the air that time.
Here's Ennis. That one goes. Count it.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
To the paint. It's stolen. Now Marjanovic deflects the pass. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. A finish, and finished off by Anderson.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
McConnell scanning the floor. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the pass to Carter from 13, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
To leave a guy like that wide open from range, big mix-up.
And so it's Atlanta in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks.
You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
Johnson down low. Knocks it loose. Here's Marjanovic, and he uses the glass on the layup. Atlanta leading by 16. Herter. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Now, here's McConnell. Tight defense on him. The layup off target. The Hawks shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Len's shot is off. The 76ers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Feeds it to Johnson. Rebounded by the Hawks. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Amir Johnson. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Marjanovic. Gay comes in for Johnson. And it's Ben Simmons in for T.J. McConnell. Young against Simmons. And Young kicks to Prince. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
The incredible focus of Simmons. Nothing gets to this guy, even when he's getting bodied by the defense.
And now the 76ers on the break. Here's Butler. Count that one. The Hawks leading by 14. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. Prince outside. Passes it to Young.
He was terrific shooting the ball in the first half, but he looks a little bit slower out there, possibly leg tired here in the second half.
Here's Butler. Embiid trying to break loose. Butler, no good. Hawks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Young taking his time here.
He's still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning. They'd like to get him going.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Embiid, no good. Atlanta's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
Bazemore against DeRozan. Here's Len. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Hawks lead by 16. Timeout called the 76ers. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Yeah, he's just torching them right now. A good decision to huddle up, kind of hit the reset button, and figure out how to slow his roll.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Trae Young.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
He'd finally had enough of their losing streak, and it's going to take something special to regain some kind of momentum. And his effort has been very special tonight. The 76ers trail by 14. Here's Butler. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, and Butler just can't be stopped. I mean, even when the D knocks him around, he keeps his focus on the basket.
One shot.
Here's Young. Bazemore on the wing. Gay can't get it to go. And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They led by as many as 18 points. Prince's shot is good.
Wow, Prince has a little daylight, and that shot looked true.
76ers have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Simmons. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Simmons got 14 points now in the second half.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Here's Young. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Prince against Butler. Embiid trying to break loose, and it's Butler missing. Atlanta leading by 12. Prince kicks to Young. Baseline try, and it goes down 2 points. Young's got 21 in the game.
More and more signs of the skill set of Taurean Prince as he finds an open teammate.
Simmons dishes to DeRozan. Here's Embiid. Makes it off the glass.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Atlanta.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Trae Young.
Really liked the ball movement all night long. He was excellent at setting the table for his guys. Table for 4.
First one falls for him. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And so Young nails them both. 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Korkmaz. Carter pulls it in. Young with the ball. To the paint. Herter nails the baby hook. And the Hawks lead by 16.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
Young outside. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll wrap it.
Ain't Saint Mellow?